I find the strategy of marketing a video game from a developer and a publisher point of view, it's very interesting to see the change that has been put upon this practice of hyping and marketing games. So we used to talk about how hyping up games with trailers and all this fucking information flooding us, the hype gets so astronomical that we literally, like, you can never live up to that hype. And we saw that with No Man's Sky. We've seen it with multiple games, Rainbow Six, Division, just pretty much any game in the last 5 to 6 years, overhyped to shit, right? And we always talk about, like, oh, you're pre-ordering based off of trailers, and the whole practice was just counterintuitive to what we actually needed to know. And now I'm seeing like the counter correction to that from the industry, and I see it with EA with Mass Effect, and I see it with Ubisoft with Ghost Recon. A lot of people lately have been asking for Ghost Recon news, and there's really just there's just nothing going on. Mass Effect is coming out in March, and we really don't know much about Mass Effect Andromeda, right? We know the release date, we know some multiplayer details. There's really not a lot that we know about. Same with Ghost Recon. We don't know a lot. We've had pre-orders open for like 8 to 9 months. We know that it's going to be the biggest open world game that Ubisoft has ever created. We know that it's 4-player co-op. We know it's set in Bolivia, and we know that we're going against the cartel in a 4-player co-op open world choose your own adventure game is pretty much what it's going to be. We know all of these things, yet there's still so many questions when it comes to Ghost Recon. Is multiplayer confirmed or not? We've seen Game Informer confirm it, and they just, apparently, according to them, Ubisoft just hasn't gone into detail about it yet. We've seen posts on Reddit where certain Ubisoft representatives have used words like, we haven't said anything about multiplayer yet, or we haven't said anything yet. So it's kind of just leading us along until launch. We really don't know if there's going to be like a PvP multiplayer in the game. We do know that a closed beta is coming soon. A lot of people have been asking when the date for that is. Nobody really knows yet, and it's weird because we're less than 60 days out and the beta's nowhere to be found. If we look at what happened with the Division launched in March. The beta happened in the beginning of January. There was also a little closed like alpha / beta thing that happened in December that let a lot more of the community in. Obviously it was under NDA, but there were people like playing the game quite a bit, and we're getting to the middle of January and just no sign. They said that if you bought Ghost Recon Future Soldier on the Uplay store that you instantly get access to the beta. I find that a little fucking strange. Why would we buy a dead game? Like, nobody's playing the game online. I guess for the single player, whatever, but I'm speculating that the beta has to be like the last week of January or like the first week in December. It has to be, because obviously it's a beta, right? Like, we need time to fix the things, and we need to listen to the players, right? And we need to have enough time to fix it. It's weird because I remember when I made like the sad reality to Ghost Recon, the problem with Ghost Recon, people were saying that the game was going to be going gold about a month before launch. And I mean, technically, like, we're getting close to that date. We're a couple of weeks out from that 30-day period, you know what I mean? So it's very strange. Like, there's not a lot of information of the game. We've seen some gameplay. They're putting out some trailers. They're working on a fucking live-action promo film for the game. I mean, whatever the fuck that is. There's a lot of questions that still need to be answered, and we're kind of running out of time, it feels. I think the community is feeling that as well. Obviously, by the time closed beta hits, if it's under NDA at this point, I think we might be in trouble. You know what I mean? If we can't see like raw, unedited gameplay in February, I think we're kind of in trouble. Now, obviously, I don't think that's going to be the case, but it feels like we're pushing that deadline. The game's coming out March 7th? Like, we're right there. The finish line is like, it's right in front of us. We're on the last stretch, and I'm kind of concerned with how little information we actually have about the game. We've been seeing every article that comes out is just saying the same thing over and over. Oh, the game's open world. It has, the weapon customization. It's stuff we already know. It kind of leads me to believe that the story of this cooperative game is kind of going to be left to the wayside. Which, now let's have a look here, because I know some people are going to be like, Ghost Recon was really never about story. I disagree in some senses. Obviously, the original ones were all about just doing, missions and stuff like that. It wasn't really tied together in a narrative. That being said, now what we have left is a game where you can choose to be any ghost you want, and the character customization, like I said before, that tells me right off the bat that the story is going to be pushed to the wayside. So we have a game with little to no narrative. I'm sure there's going to be cutscenes talking about the missions at hand, but I don't think there's going to be an actual narrative. Something similar to the likes of like Battlefield Bad Company. Like you had the AI characters there, and it was a tied-in story, right? I don't think we're going to see that. So no narrative. We have no confirmed PvP, and I think even if there was PvP, leaving it for the last 30 days to show off is pretty crazy to me. That's just me. So we have no multiplayer PvP. What we have left is a game that relies solely on its gameplay. And that's scary, because you're going to look at that and you're going to realize that if there's some problems with that gameplay, the other problems of the left out areas of a complete experience are going to compound on top of it. And that's scary, because if gameplay isn't up to snuff to a point where it can drive this game forward, it's just going to shine a light on all the holes that are in this project. And I hope that's not the case. I'm still, honestly, the amount of shit that I've thrown towards Ghost Recon, I think it's been warranted personally, but that doesn't mean that I want it to fail, right? I love tactical shooters, and like I don't think this is gonna scratch that itch, but I don't want to see Ghost Recon go the same route that SOCOM did, But I think these things need to be talked about. If you're relying solely on gameplay, it better be fucking good gameplay. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Obviously, I played the technical test. I'm not allowed to talk on it. Obviously, the NDA is there. But with this closed beta, I really hope that they call it a closed beta, but let people showcase the game. Because we'll be talking about it. I'll be showing the gameplay if I'm allowed to. If it's under NDA going into February, we have an issue. Because nothing should be hidden from the public that close to being, put gold. And just the thought of that kind of scares me. I want to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment down below. Use the keyword beta, because we know it's coming soon. I can't wait to see you guys play the game and give me the opinions that you guys have. I'm really curious. We've been talking about this game consistently for what feels like forever. So I'm curious to see what everybody thinks of the game moving into launch. My name is Big Fry. Shout out to the Fry Nation. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is just a quick commentary on some Ghost Recon stuff. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.